Yay.
Agodo. Your Excellencies and my young comrades, أنا بسلم عليكم كلكم وبنرحب بكم في Freedom Hall. ده شهرين هسه من ما كلام ده حصل يوم 15/12 ولغاية يومنا النهارده ده شهرين وشهرين ده بيشيل الميران الدخول في جوبا هنا ما في زول كان بيتوقع انه يكون في زول قاعد في جوبا المفروض الناس كله يكون جرى. This is very encouraging that all of you are in Juba. وكل حاجة دار سمود. You need really to tie your belts and so that you succeed in doing what you want to do. في خلال الحرب لو ناس كل ما كان ربطوا حزام بدم افتكر انه ما كنا هنا في جوبا كناس independent. أنا ما بكون عندي كلام كثير نقوله لكم، لا نقول زملاء يتكلموا قال الكلام المفروض يقولوا. In the first place, the theme you have selected or the theme you have chosen for this gathering is excellent, and I want you to go deep so that you implement it. The most important thing in life is when you define the mission. Al-Hadaf, you know. So when you define your mission, you will know how to go around it. Now the mission here is one people, one nation. This cannot come alone. Mabeki. One nation, itama bahakabu. Lo itama nazar le kalam that one people. That what brings people to be one? The peace. Peace cannot come alone without the work of the people themselves. There are two African leaders whom you should take their examples. President Nelson Mandela of South Africa, despite his death, is somebody that can be remembered for generations to come. Because ما في حاجة بطال كده ناس بطال ما عمل له وما عمل للناس بدون in South Africa. But when he walked out of the prison, who can let us abandon this? No revenge. There should be no revenge. He knew that revenge by retaliating against the whites will cause more suffering even to his own people. They were the majority by numbers, But makana dungo bitasila. Yes, I said, hata local there, the blacks take the revenge, they would still be the losers because they did not have that much power that can equate them with the whites. And so, fikra bita Mandela, mumkin nas dugulu makan fakar kwes. Hata within the ANC, luman enu bugulu nas ma. And then their colors were being targeted, being eliminated by the apartheid. Some members of the ANC decided that people must go back to war with these people. But he refused. He said, no, let us not do it. And he insisted on that. And went on campaigning for people to remain calm, for people to be in peace with one another. Now South Africa, despite all the upheavals that happened, these things can happen in any country, but he has managed to bring people together. It is one example that, it is a living example we should take. Another person is Paul Kagame of Rwanda. When his people were killed, it was a genocide. It is known as genocide. Including the church groups, people who claim to be people of God. They took people to their churches and then they allowed them to be killed. It was very bad. By that time, for Uganda, Kenya, Malad, the River Nile passes through them. Manao Samak, not Mayakul Samak. For that period, Lano ita Bishuba Zone Mashi, Usama Kayakul Fogo, Filbaha. It was something bad. But Paul Kagame rejected the revenge. And with all that, the criminals who killed people ran away. Those who did the act be taken to courts. They came to Congo, and then from Congo they waged war against Rwanda. وده مشاكل اللي حصل في كونغو في كونغو وفي رواندا في الوقت ده كله. These are few examples that I can cite to you. We did not do it the way the two leaders did. But what was preventing us when we signed this peace agreement in 2005? And we came in, and we received all the militias that were killing our people, that were attacking us behind, taking our weapons, taking what? Why did we embrace them? Local Katanami water, we want to take revenge on them. Can't you do as a cave? it was bad. And somebody asked before, why did we do it at this time? Dr. Riek knows how to hit hard on his own people. Lumanamul Harakabado 1991, we had mobilized our forces sufficiently and we were closing on Juba to come and take Juba because there were no forces in Juba. Jebel Kujurde, yaw kan observation post bita Bobadana. Ulumanenu Riek Machar Hamol Galabadode, the reverse happened. And our people were killed on this mountain. Muy by Jalaba, lekin by Junubin. The Junubin yaw Jakatar Nakutana fi Jebel. The people who were giving us information, guiding enough, they like his abdomen. Any movement in Juba town, they see it and they report it. We did not think of the revenge. And I think I told you, in this Freedom Square here, on the Independence Day, when we raised the flag, I said, let us forgive the northern Sudanese for all what they did to us. But we should not forget, the most important thing is that you can forgive. But don't forget about how these things happen. If we were to take revenge on Riek Machar, 2002 when he came and joined us, it would have not been good. Lekin Mama now. Now, he saw that the development was moving. And which was the cause of fighting. We fought because our areas were neglected. And so, when we got the power, we were able to direct the resources for projects that we need to be built. Comrade Wani talked about the investment conference that was held in this hall, attended by over 500 international investors. That was a very big step forward. Everybody who came to attend that conference went back excited and were prepared to go and come in with their money for investment. If you are really a nationalist, why would you be so selfish to that extent that you don't want this thing to happen to your people? You have to spoil it, to kill it immediately. So for him, he chose the time because he knows this is when he will really pull back South Sudanese. That is the time he will pull back South Sudanese. So this is now his second record that he has made. Even if my brother here, Yomata took a break, Chanje go to Khartoum. What about those who did not take the break? Those who have been in the field throughout, why would they join such a person? This is something bad, but you want to put things all right. You want to put things correct. This is why you have chosen this theme today, that one people, one nation. Your mission is correct. When we planned for the rebellion against Sudan government, it was the first thing that we have to sit down and identify our mission. What is it going to be? And how do we go around it? Yes, we have to go around it. We have achieved it through the armed struggle. لما اختلفنا في how to conduct the armed struggle, this was our first battle we fought with those who did not want to toe the line we were towing. We said we want to fight for the whole Sudan. Those who did not understand the concept said, but why would we fight for the whole Sudan? Why would we sacrifice South Sudanese for the whole Sudan? We must fight to separate our South Sudan, liberate it, and then we just sit with our independent state. This group was led by Uncle Okwadate and Samuel Guy. Gulna Kalamde Ma'infa, because now, at this time, nobody will assist a separatist. And the country that we have ran to, Ethiopia was fighting with Eritrea. Eritreans were fighting for secession. How do you expect to know that the government, the DER government, will then come and assist the same secessionists that they are fighting in the north? Guna Kalamdema Masa. The second thing was that when you fight for separation of South Sudan, you unite the whole South, the whole North. Al-Shamal Kulu believe Bugawahi. But fighting for the whole country to transform it, because another Garif is Sultan, Istahadu another Tani. So the war of marginalization that we have been neglected for long, we have to fight for equality. This is how we divided the North, the Nuba, all the black race in Sudan. They join us. And this is why our war got very effective. The other thing that you need to determine also is the core cadres, the core leaders that will do this mission, who will go to explain it to the people. We did this the other time, and we refused that parallelism should not again be allowed. In Anyanya 1, military commanders were just soldiers. السياسيين هم الناس بتاع السلطة. The generals are not supposed to talk in politics. So now you have two parallel leadership. Our position was that leadership must be centered in one person. And we choose our leader, that was Dr. John Garang. We are they don't understand. But we insisted. Now when John was the chairman of the SPLM and was the commander-in-chief of the army, orders were one, always. We will give orders, and orders will be implemented immediately. That was how we prosecuted the war. How did we become independent then? This unity that we were imposing on Khartoum, they did not like it. Because if people are allowed to be equal in Sudan, أولاد البلد أيقودوا سلطة. عشان كده we were calling for the abolition of Sharia. We wanted a secular state. This secularism and without Sharia did not go down well with those who came up and declared themselves as Muslims brothers. When they found that it was untenable, they cannot win the war and they cannot let us compromise to allow Sharia to exist, they accepted the right of self-determination and they threw us this out. Even if somebody calls you a separatist, we did not ask for separation. We were forced to get out with our country. Lozol adak betak. Ita babau, ita babatu. So we were forced to this condition, and we accepted it. We are supposed to come and sit down and plan properly so that we develop our country. Muy kalamida in the laban, my in the laban. So I want to underline that what happened on the 15th of December was very unfortunate and was uncalled for. Makan fisabo le kalamde. If people wanted the reforms, we were in Nyakuran Center. Where is it? Nyakuran. This direction. We were there. And they decided to boycott the meeting of the National Liberation Council. Simply to go and prepare for a government takeover in the night. They are even very ignorant that they know this thing is not allowed these days. Even if they were to be successful, they would have not been allowed by the world to sit in Juba here comfortably. What happened to that general who took over Mali last March? Muja karadu fi rayamat. You go. It is something that nobody would accept. Now Riek Machar and his group are lucky. Legalomnas who are selling them that they are better people, forgetting that they know African Union is actually violating their own regulations, that they should not support anybody who takes power by means of violence, color, and so what will it cost at the end of the day with all the people that we have lost? And we want people to be one. And we want our nation to be one. What will happen? We will have to sit down and we say, let us forgive those who did this, and even those who kill people here. It will happen. It is not happening today, it will not happen tomorrow. But it will happen. If you want your mission to succeed, to build one nation with one people, that is the only way that it will succeed. Because there is no nation that can be composed of one ethnic group even when it allows his fighters to kill innocent people, women, children, old people, and everybody, he doesn't think of it. If he was to succeed, hayeji yakumunu, and nazu batule ya nazu beji bakam. And so we must do right things, and we should not go his way. That if he has done something bad, we must also do something bad. And with this, I have to appeal to you, youth, and especially the Dinkas, whether you are in Jongole, in Upper Nile, in Unity State, or in Greater Bahr Ghazal. Forget about the people that you have lost. And you go back to the fold to think of how to reconcile. It is your duty as the youth to take this message home, that we want this thing to stop. فديا ده حصل لنا خلاص. الحصل يوم 15 ويوم 16 ويوم 17 فديا بقى يعرفوه العالم كله. Let us stop it. Kalian mencari apa saja betul. Agen betul bisa sekali di kalam dia. I'm on a ceasefire, but they refuse. Few radical commanders who say no, they will never accept to stop fighting until they see me resigning and go. Yeah, this is their demand. Demand belong with it. Because I must resign and go. If not, then they are coming to Juba. Like if they have not come, Shari Nasser wasn't in Juba. During our war, and I was leading the SPLM delegation to the docks in Nairobi, in ICA docks. اختلفنا مع team with Sudan, and that was the time they were putting a lot of pressure on us. They have taken Manati Dekulu, whom they were in Ashwa, just 12 miles away from Nimule, and they want to go to Nimule. And these people became very arrogant that they know they will just get news at any time. For the leader of the delegation, Gariaki, these colonial boundaries, we don't recognize them, and that we are ready to go to Nimule anytime today, where my rebels injury for, we will go with them. And that they know, Makan fi haja, بخلي الجنوبيين يقول إنه لهم حق في الدولة ده اسمه السودان ما عنده. The mediators then look at me, what will be my response? I don't want to know, I don't want to the mediators that I know. He has now now suggested the postponement of the talks. فإنكم وقفوا المحادثات. Let them go to Nimele first. And I go to the Zolder, go to my brother. Nimele is 12 miles away from where you are. But you will not reach it. Ita ma hatamshi go bata ko ma hayamshi ayi ma hayshub Nimele. And then al-Batar Beto is that you will fly from here to Khartoum. You will not be the one commanding your troops. And I will go from here to Wajwa. And I will command my troops. Kedelo Rajil, Amti Udane Hinak, so that we meet. And I will know this 12 miles though will tell you 3 years. They might come to Juba, Lakarma was settled Ajwa, about the data sana Unus. It will take you more than 3 years if you reach to Nimule. But let me assure you that you will not reach. That was the end. But did they reach Nimule? Fi nafsa al-yawm amul sabah hujum. Le walk down. Lekin dakom sabah hujumat bedom dokulu. Lamandani buka boduma jabada. Lalu dia jabi karena mulu dikti kena beda Vietnamese zaman sunjunada jabada ada zarau fi gay wa zarau fi bahr. وبعدين انه في اوتاد صغار شابن تمام دغوت لما نيران يدرو ويتا ده ترغوت بدل بتاع كله يتا بتاع في يجنده في الباكزل ولو يتا جاري الجبال ده بقودا. So people were crying there until their death. ما في زول ما شالو. And that was a very terrible determining battle. So, kul haya with determination, diamond you succeed. That war in Achua area won us the support of other countries. Because that was our last stronghold. And from there, this is where we made the rest. So, for you, those who have taken